because today is actually about storytelling, but not just storytelling for the sake of listening to the stories, storytelling because we want to learn something that we call social emotional learning.
Social and emotional learning. With social and emotional learning, we learn about how to manage our emotions and how we interact with our friends in any type of setting.
So the first thing she said is that we learn how to manage our emotions and how to deal with our friends anywhere we are. So our emotions are our feelings.
The thing about our emotions is that we have them happening at any given time, all throughout the day. We could be feeling angry, we could be feeling sad, we could be or content, or we could be feeling mad. The most important thing is that we want to learn to manage them so that we can have peace.
Okay, so she also mentioned different types of emotions: happy, frustrated, contented. And she said the most important thing is to be able to manage our emotions. We It's not wrong to feel angry, it's not wrong to feel sad, because things can make us angry, things can make us sad, but the important thing is that we should be able to manage the emotions. So I'm going to start our first story, The Lost Axe. Now, long, long, long ago, there was an old man who lived on a farm. He was quite old, but he was still strong enough to work on the farm. He had lost his wife, and his children had moved on to other places. Every morning, he woke up very early and started his chores for the day. Now, there was this particular morning, he had planned that the first thing he would do was to chop up firewood that he used to cook. He had already brought in the wood from the forest and he hoped to chop it up. Now, he thought that he had the axe on top of the pile of wood. And when he got there, he didn't find his axe. He was so upset and he started talking to himself. Who took my axe? Who took my axe? I left my axe on this place. We have thieves in this neighborhood. We have thieves around here, and I need my axe. Okay, he didn't know what to do. Then he heard a sound. Over his fence, he heard his neighbor's son chopping wood. Boom, boom, boom. Aha, he thought. That sounds like my axe. So he went over to the fence and he saw the boy chopping wood with an axe that looked just like his axe. And then he thought to himself, that's my axe. It's the same color. I'm going to get that boy. And he was just about to call the boy, and the boy looked up and smiled at him and said, "Good morning, sir." He was shocked. Why is this boy smiling? He's not only a thief, he's very mischievous. If I ask him for my axe now, he's going to deny. He's going to say that the axe is not mine. Oh, what can I do? Oh, what should I do? He was getting angrier and angrier, but he also needed to start his work. So he thought, okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'll go to my shed and I'll get my saw. I'll use the saw to cut up the wood into little pieces. Oh, but that's going to be so much hard work. But it's not the end. I'm going to get that boy. I'm going to show him for stealing my axe. So he went over angrily and opened the shed door. Bum! Then he went in to where he kept his tools. He bent on the floor to pick the saw, and right under the saw, what did he see? His axe. Oh dear, he thought to himself. I forgot to take my axe outside. Oh, and I thought it had been stolen. Oh, and I almost accused my neighbor falsely. Wow. Oh dear. I feel so embarrassed. What? Well, I'm happy then that I didn't abuse him. Oh, and I didn't even return his greeting. So he picked up his axe put on a big smile on his face, and went to say hello to his neighbor. Hello, neighbor. How is your mother? Say hi to her. And then he went to chop his wood. So that is the end of our first story. So I would like to call each person. I will call your name. When I call your name, I would like you to unmute your microphone and tell us what you thought of that story. What did you learn from the story?
It is good to forgive.
It is good to forgive. All right. Thank you very much for that. That story, the man thought that somebody stole his axe. Has anybody here been falsely accused of something that they didn't do? Yes. How did that make you feel?
It made me feel very sad.
Very sad. Thank you for sharing. Does anyone else have to share? Have you ever been accused of something that you didn't do, either taking something or breaking something? And how did it?
It makes me feel confused.
Can you say that again, please?
It makes me feel confused.
Confused. I love that word. Confused. Yes. It can make you feel confused. Why? Why did it make you feel confused? Can you share more?
It's because you didn't do it and you're confused that the person accusing you when you don't know anything about it.
Exactly. Very awesome answer. I love that. Thank you so much. Boladoko family, do you want to share?
We learn to be patient.
Oh, it's good to be patient. Yes, it's good that he didn't quickly go to accuse the boy. It's important to be patient. Thank you for sharing that lesson. Yes. Okay, so I'm waiting for the others, and I'll ask another question now. Have you ever falsely accused somebody? I think I have. I'll be the first to confess. Has anybody else? Falsely accused somebody or thought that somebody did something and you found out later that it wasn't the person that did it?
I used to blame myself.
Okay, so whenever you find out that it wasn't the person, you blame yourself, right?
Yes.
Have you ever gone to meet that person and said, you took my something, and then you found out it wasn't the person? What did you do then after blaming
I
yourself?
went back to the person and said, I'm sorry.
Awesome, awesome. That is so beautiful. And I think that's just one super thing I want us to learn from that. Sometimes we make mistakes. We should be patient, like the Bolajoko family told us. But if we rush to judgment and we find out that we've made a mistake, it's very important that we go back to apologize and we say we're sorry. Now, the man got very, very, very angry. How do you feel physically when you're angry? Who can share with us? How does being angry make you feel? Your body, how does it feel when you're angry? Can anyone share?